Well, good Monday morning to you. Welcome to our Monday morning live edition of A Healthy Living South Mississippi. Live healthy, be healthy with Doctors Jim and Janine Fox of Doctors Nutrition over on Cowan Road in Gulfport, south of Pash Road. Of course, our show is live, so you are invited to call in with questions for the doctors pertaining to this week's subject or anything in particular. 896-0713, 800-349-0713. Now, one of the questions that a lot of people are comparing to as far as regular medicine and alternative medicine. When is alternative medicine good for you, which is the our subject for today? What's the difference?
Well, what we call alternative medicine here in the United States, in the rest of the world, something like, what is it, 65 to 90%?
65 to 90% of all other people in the world use what we call alternative medicine as their conventional treatment.
Like, for instance, in Germany, 33.33%, so in other words, every third prescription that's written is for some sort of a natural product.
An herb, actually.
Yeah, every one. Now, in the United States, don't hold your breath. Okay, because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but in other countries, and of course, everybody knows about acupuncture, and it's considered an alternative medicine.
I was going to say, what about? I'd be interested to know what the numbers are in Asia. I mean, over there, those people live forever.
Yes. They do, and they actually, if you look, they use herbal medicine a lot. You hear of Chinese herbal medicine, and they use acupuncture, and they use a lot of alternatives. So, and they actually do have a much longer lifespan than the United States.
You know, a little something that just kind of puts it in perspective for you. Here in the United States now, Forbes magazine about a month ago did a calculation based on current data that they could get, which is still a year or 2 years old. But they extrapolated that and said, okay, we're going to add in for inflation and blah, blah, blah. And they came up and they said, we're expected this year to spend somewhere around $3.8 billion, have to lick my lips to do that one, $billion for healthcare. And we're not in the top 30 in longevity.
We're actually number 42.
Really?
In 2014, the list of countries that have the longest longevity, we're number 42.
So you have
Who
to
was number one?
Monaco. No,
Monaco.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So we're going to have to go to Monaco.
They're about 10 years. Their life
their
life expectancy was almost 90, to where the United States was like 79.5.
Wow.
And so it is kind of, but when you look at expenditure on healthcare, the United States by far is number one. We spend more money than any other country, but yet our longevity is not longer than any other country. So in every other country uses more what they call alternative care as opposed to what we call conventional care.
But here in America, you know, we have been, and I'll say this, brainwashed by the big pharma, by the drug companies, because they control how medicine is done, how it's delivered, how it's taught, and everything. So when you go to your physician, he or she has been taught
and
trained only to use pharmaceuticals. They're not trained or to even look at or even acquaint themselves with anything that's outside and other than some medication. So, you know, when you go here in America, no matter what happens, it's automatically a drug. You know, they don't, you know, they'll talk to you, you know, thousands of times we've listened to people, and you know, they come in, they're almost diabetic or they are, and, you know, I'll ask them, you know, okay, what did they tell you about this? Well, they told me to change my diet. Well, what did they tell you to change? Well, they just told me to change my diet. Okay, so how are you going to change your diet? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is never brought up. Whereas in other countries, that lifestyle, that diet change, that's the first treatment that they're going to use for that. And, you know, other countries are going to intervene before it becomes a major problem. Here in the United States, wait till it's a problem. You know, when you get to be a full-blown diabetic, now we've got drugs for that. So it's a difference in philosophy.
And actually, they consider lifestyle and lifestyle changes to be alternative medicine. That is actually part of alternative medicine, because conventional nowadays is not as big on lifestyle, what you eat, what you drink, how you exercise. I mean, they might tell you to do it in passing, but yet it's not stressed.
How often do we sit here?
We stress it a lot.
Lifestyle.
Yes, we do.
You know, it's a lifestyle change. We don't say diet. It's a lifestyle change.
And we're definitely not on this show trying to say there's not a place for conventional medicine.
No,
that's not what we're saying. We're talking about for health and prevention. and chronic problems that actually don't just have a cure, there's definitely better ways to do it, where you change your lifestyle. You may take some natural supplements, you may take some vitamins and herbs that actually make your own body more able to heal, because we all have in us the innate ability to heal, except you have to have the right things in order for that to happen.
So with alternative medicine, the difference between, as far as that and conventional medicine, conventional is what your doctors and all that will pretty much prescribe, the big pharmaceutical companies and everything.
Conventional in this country is considered drugs, surgery, or like chemotherapy. That is actually your conventional medicine. And alternatives are, man, vast. Diet changes is considered alternative. You know, acupuncture, vitamins, herbs, massage therapy, chiropractic. There's so many, you know, exercise is actually probably also linked into that alternative.
Oh, exercise is such a big part of it.
It is.
I mean, you can change your dietary habits, but if you don't change a lot of your other habits,
right?
You just might as well just throw it out the window.
Well, it's that lifestyle thing. You know?
Yeah.
And like I said, that's probably some of the biggest differences is the way that you go about treating. But you also, in alternative medicine, it also tends to look at the whole body, not just parts. Today, medicine is so specialized that you have a doctor that looks at each part of you. Alternative medicine looks holistic. It actually looks at the whole body.
Right.
And looks at how they work together, because every part affects the other part. Because as far as I know, there's not just one part that doesn't affect anything else. And that's kind of another big difference, is the way you look at things as being more of a complete whole body approach.
Yeah, our model in America of medicine, this allopathic model that we have that cost us so much, is doctor-centered. In other words, like she said, there's specialists for everything, you know. And I mean, every part of your body, there's a specialist for that. And typically speaking, you know, if you go to your primary care doctor and something else is wrong, okay, we're going to send you to a specialist. So nobody ever looks at the whole. And it's all doctor oriented. It's about the doctor. It's not about the patient. You know, what does the patient want, or how does the patient feel about what's going on? It doesn't enter into it.
Alternative is more patient input.
Yeah, it's more patient centered.
Of what they want for themselves.
Well, we're talking about what is alternative medicine and what is it good for you. Our phone lines are open at 896-0713, 800-349-0713. It's our Monday morning live edition of Healthy Living South Mississippi. Healthy Living South Mississippi will be back in just a moment. And welcome back to our Monday morning live edition of Healthy Living South Mississippi. Live healthy, be healthy with Doctors Jim and Janine Fox of Doctors Nutrition, located on Cowan Road in Gulfport, south of Pass Road, right across the street from the old Kmart Garden Center. So they're open there Monday through 10 to 5, and Monday through Friday 10 to 5, Saturdays from 11 to 2. Okay. Walter is on the phone, has got a question for him regarding alternative dieting.
Okay.
Go ahead, Walter.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Who am I speaking to?
This is Dr. Jim and Janine Fox.
Okay, yes, Doc Fox. I'm trying to get more potassium in my system, and if I tell you what I'm eating this morning, you and your wife are both going to have a nightmare. I'm eating cereal, oatmeal, and carrot pie, and about a half cup of raisins.
What are you trying to do?
You're trying to get potassium, is that what you said?
I'm trying to get enough potassium in my system, and I don't know how to go about doing it.
The food by far that has the highest amount of potassium than any food there is avocados. And avocados do not give you the sugar and spike the blood sugar and spike the insulin and all that stuff that other foods do. So the best food is avocados. And you can even make a little guacamole out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just don't want to eat it with chips.
Even tomatoes have quite a bit. And your dried beans.
Potassium, and so does even cantaloupe is a better choice than some of the things that you're doing.
Well, I know a lot of people think potassium, bananas, they got a lot of sugar in
Bananas
them.
just have a lot
And
of
they do,
sugar.
but they got a lot of sugar too. So, you know, just trying to keep the sugar down, you know, you go to an avocado, there's no sugar.
Although the the bananas are still better, I think, than the cereals.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you're actually, but avocados by far have the most potassium of any food out there, and it's actually very good for you.
Find you a good guacamole recipe and
eat one every day. Yep.
Yeah, eat it every day.
They're definitely good for you. Alternative medicine, does it normally take longer for results?
In most cases, you know, when you look at, well, to think about it, okay, it may take longer to get the symptoms resolved. okay, which is, a resolution of symptoms is what you're after. And it may take longer with natural compounds and natural medicine.
Right.
The thing is, with the allopathic view that we've got, they're going to give you a drug that's pretty powerful. And if you watch all the
it puts a shock to your system.
It's
I
a
would
very
think
shock.
so.
Watch the advertising, and they'll say, okay, this much about how good it is, and this much about what it'll do to you. Okay, so you can
cause this and this and this and
right.
this and this and this.
So it's like taking a 5-pound hammer to kill a fly, and they'll hit you with this 5-pound hammer that it may take you. You don't have a symptom anymore. You've got other symptoms, but you don't have that symptom. Right. So, when you start talking about, does it take longer to get over it? Yeah, sort of.
Sometimes, natural medicine is not an instant. It's about getting healthier. It's not just about resolving a symptom. So you want overall health to get better is the whole goal. It's not just about that one symptom.
Well, I look at it this way, too. You take an antibiotic for something.
Right.
They usually, what is it, about a week's dose? Take about a week's dose.
7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days, something like that. Whereas you take probiotics, and it's about 30 days that you take. But in the long run, you're doing a lot better for yourself because a friend of mine was complaining she's had this crud she couldn't get rid of or whatever. She was had just went through a round of antibiotics, still had it, was going to get back on a second round, and I said, no. Go get probiotics from y'all.
Yeah.
Within a couple of weeks, feeling better already.
Well, like we've talked about before, 70% of your immune system is your probiotics. And when you do take that round of antibiotics, you do kill off your probiotics. So anytime you take antibiotics, which there are times where you do need antibiotics, but when you do take them, you have to replace your probiotics always.
Yeah.
And you don't want just a really mild. Sometimes people go buy a probiotic and it's real low strength where it's not enough to replenish what the body is depleted of. And so we do a pretty powerful one after an antibiotic. And it does make a difference. It does actually help you get over it and not just have it linger and keep going and going. So, natural medicine, like I said, tries to give your body what it needs to be able to make your immune system work better itself.
Right. All right. We got to have Ashton on the phone this morning. Good morning, Ashton.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Doing good. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your question, Ashton?
About the pancreas. What can you do about the pancreas giving you trouble?
Okay, what kind of problems are you having?
Well, I'm taking a lot of insulin. Doesn't seem like it's helping.
Okay.
You have diabetic?
Yes.
Okay.
Type 2?
Pardon me?
Type 2?
Hey, Ashton, turn your TV down if you don't mind real quick. There's a little bit of delay there, and it's probably throwing you off. So if you would, Ashton.
Right.
Okay. Turn your TV down. And Okay.
You there?
Okay.
All right, so you're a type 2 diabetic, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. More insulin is not your problem. The problem is it's not your pancreas, maybe. It probably is your body is so insulin resistant, no matter what kind of insulin you take, it's not going to work correctly.
You have to actually make diet changes. Lifestyle changes is number one in order to help with blood sugar issues. We have people come in every day that's on insulin, 4 different diabetic medications, and their blood sugar is still in the 400s. And actually with lifestyle changes and some of the supplements that we use in order to make your body utilize the insulin better, they can bring it down to maybe 100, 120 within a few weeks. So we've seen some really good results with people that didn't have results in with what they're doing. Now, you still take what you're taking, but we add other things and do dietary changes to actually offset that. So the best thing to do is probably come in and let's talk about your lifestyle changes.
Yeah, just go over it for you.
Yeah, that would be good
Yep.
because I'm on 2 pens right now, and I just seem like to me I'm pumping a lot of stuff in my body.
Yeah, and if you don't change your diet, you're not ever going to get your results you want.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call, Ashton.
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay.
You're welcome.
896-0713, 800-349-0713. We're talking about alternative medicine and when is it good for you this morning. And I don't know is there a time when it's not good for you?
Well,
If you've
there is.
got a big cut and you're bleeding to death, yeah.
Okay. don't come to us.
Yeah.
No, if you're having any acute, life-threatening problem, yeah, you don't need alternative medicine. It might take a little longer to work, and you might not have that longer.
Right.
You do want to go to the emergency room. If you're having chest pain and you think it's a heart attack, you don't want to go to somebody doing alternative medicine. That's the time.
Acupuncturist probably not going to be
not
real
gonna
good
do
for
it.
you.
Probably not the best choice at that time.
So there's definitely a time. And like I said, what you want to do is chronic illnesses, not feeling well all the time. You've already been to a lot of doctors. It's not working for you. you're not feeling any better, you're gaining weight, you know, all these things, you've got to do something different. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting the same results.
It's the definition of insanity.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and even when it comes to prevention, I mean, we talked about a show on prevention a few weeks ago, and that is the thing that you want to do first. And we always say when you do some sort of alternative, you still want to get the diagnostic test to see what's going on, which is what we do. Which is actually, we do probably, that is more considered probably conventional medicine, all the testing that we do. But we do the conventional testing, but then we actually use a little bit different venue of treatment.
Right.
So that makes a difference. And so, you know, there's always, and you don't have to use just one. Some people are under the impression that if they do alternatives, they can't do their regular medicine, and that's not true.
No.
There's things you can't take together, and that's one thing that we can tell people what you can take with what.
Yeah.
But it's not that you have to do one or the other. And a lot of times in the United States, it's called complementary medicine because it complements what you're already doing. But just like the gentleman that just called, we're not telling him to get off his insulin. We're not telling him to get off. We're just telling him you need to make some other changes in order to make that work better.
Yeah, because if you just keep doing that same thing, you know. It's,
Yeah.
All right, our phone line's 896-0713, 800-349-0713. Geraldine's on the phone. Geraldine, hang on. We'll be right back with you here in just a moment. You're on Healthy Living South Mississippi. And welcome back to our final segment this morning here on Healthy Living South Mississippi. Live healthy, be healthy with Dr. Jim and Janine Fox and Doctors of Nutrition, Cowan Road in Gulfport, just south of Pass Road. We're talking about alternative medicine. And when is it good for you? How safe is it for you? When should you use it? But we're taking your phone calls. Geraldine is on the phone with us this morning with a question. Good morning, Geraldine.
Good morning.
Morning.
What can we do for you, Geraldine?
My question is concerning shingles.
Okay.
Okay.
I had shingles a while back. I came in and purchased some L-lysine, and I think it's pronounced Olivir. I also got my vitamins and vitamin D and that.
Okay.
My question is, how long do I need to be on the Olivir? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah, Olivir.
Yes.
Yeah, until you want to stay on that until all your symptoms are resolved. Now, here's where it comes into something that you have to do. If you don't want another outbreak of shingles, because that virus is there, it's not going to go away, your immune system has to keep it under control. So what you have to do is stay on the lysine. We just see that that's one of the best things that there is a preventative.
And it's less expensive,
Much
so we
less
usually tell
expensive,
people to stay on lysine if they know they tend to get a reoccurrence, and keep that immune system strong. So keep on your vitamin D.
Right.
You know, make sure you get plenty of rest. I mean, all that stuff, because really shingles, like we've talked about before, come when you're run down and stressed out.
Okay.
And so keeping that under control is important. But and we have a few people, if they recurrently get shingles, I mean, like every time they turn around, they're getting it again, they do usually will stay on maybe a lower dose of the Olivir. Because it doesn't hurt you to take it longer term. But the lysine definitely just depends on how often you get them.
Just stay on it, the lysine. Yeah.
And it won't hurt you because I've been on it for 40 years.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like I said, it's something that you can take. You know, it is an antiviral, but it also has some other really good benefits. It's an antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasite, and at the same time, there's a lot of research on how it controls blood pressure. So it helps with a lot of different things. Yeah.
All right, Geraldine, thanks for the call. How safe is alternative medicine?
Very.
I would have to say very, you know, because when you look at, you know, just like we were talking about earlier, look at any advertisement that's on TV about a medication, and you list the side effects, and they'll spend 10 seconds telling you what it's good for, and the other 20 seconds, if not minute and a half or so, telling you what can happen, death included. They always throw that one in there. Now, when you look at, say, for instance, okay, turmeric, which is an herb that's used in India a lot, and the curcumins, which are the active ingredients from that. You know, has anybody ever died from eating curry? I don't think so. So it's pretty safe. So in other words, you're not going to be able to consume enough curcumins to cause problems, you know, damage, so to speak.
Right.
You know?
And
So
that's
yes,
why
very safe.
a lot of people ask about, probably a question that we get a lot is about, well, it's not FDA approved.
Right.
Well, one of the reasons why the medications have to have FDA approval, for one, is because of the safety issues.
They are so toxic.
They do have so many side effects, you have to make sure it doesn't kill more people than it helps. Now with natural products, although they're not FDA approved, they are FDA regulated.
And
you have a
controlled,
couple
right.
people that's going to die from an herb, they're going to pull it from the market. It's going to be pulled quick.
Instantly.
So it is FDA regulated. It's just not, they don't have to go through the FDA approval. So.
Because you don't have as many side effects.
You don't have any side effects.
Side effects. I mean,
And you can't say
lack of-
there's never any because anybody can have an allergy to anything. And I find
sure.
that a lot of herbs, they are plants, and people do have allergies to plants. The plants
right.
probably have more allergies than maybe the vitamins. But there are allergies to things. And so you can't say there's never a side effect to a natural medicine, but it's much lower than the conventional drugs.
Okay. Do you have a special this
Yes,
week?
we do.
Oh, we do. As a matter of fact, I think they got the graphic for us. It's one of our newest multivitamins
Oh, okay.
things. It's called Megavites Lean, and we kind of designed it to help control blood sugar. So the gentleman that has the blood sugar issue,
Yeah.
this would be a good one for you, and anybody else that wants to, have the right kind of antioxidants to protect the eyes and
Right.
everything else.
Right.
It's in this formula.
Yeah, it actually has things that it's for men and women, so anybody can take
Right.
it.
Because
And it
I
take
take the regular Megavites vitamins.
Yeah,
I
and
take
it's
those.
not just for weight loss, but it does help with blood sugar control. And it has even things that help with neuropathies if you do have the neuropathies from the blood sugar issues. So it's actually a really good product, and we just got it in a couple weeks ago. So that's why we decided to put it on special because just about anybody can take it.
Anybody, yeah.
Okay, and of course you can stop by the special going on all this week. Right. And if you want to go by and see the doctors, talk to them, they're there Monday through Thursday from 10 till 5. They're located there on Cowan Road in Gulfport, south of Pass Road. Dr. Nutrition, it's on the east side of Cowan Road. You don't need an appointment. Consultation's absolutely free. And, if you go in, you might, find other people there. But usually you've got, with so many people, great people that you have on your staff.
Oh, they're
very
working
for you
knowledgeable about what they do.
with Vic and Tana and
Teresa and Brooke.
Teresa and
Now
Brooke,
Brooke.
and Brooke. All of them in there are doing a great job. So if you have any questions, they'll all be glad to help you out. And of course, the doctors are always there as well.
Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, right? Monday through Thursday, the doctors are in. The store is open Monday through Saturday, though, 10 to 5, and then on Saturday, it's 11 to 2.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
I had to think about that one.
Yeah.
But besides the different types of vitamins and everything they do have there, they've got a great selection of natural foods.
We do.
Want to mention that?
We have some. We don't do a lot of foods,
Yeah.
but we do have the non-chemical shampoos and non-chemical
Yeah.
deodorants and toothpaste and things.
Try this pasta, though. They've got some spaghetti pasta that I usually get.
He loves it.
Because my wife
He
has got to
loves
have her
it.
fix
It's
of spaghetti.
gluten-free, but it still has carbs. So
And
we
that's
tell
why
people to
and
do it sparingly.
Yeah, that's why I only do it like once a month, but it is
that's
still
not
good.
bad.
Next week's show is going to be fantastic. Not to say that none of them are, but it hits home with a lot of us. Anti-aging
Yes.
and telomeres.
Yes.
Yeah, they're what controls aging.
Telomeres are on the end of chromosomes, and when they shorten, you age. And so we're going to talk about some of the things you can do to
gonna
actually
stretch them back out?
Yes,
We're stretching
we are.
back out, right? Exactly. Telomere stretching.
And
Next
of course, if you ever have any questions for the doctors, you can stop by and give them a call, 897-0070. If you have an idea for a subject,
Yes.
you can
Let us
call
know.
them, or you can email me at jtaber@wlox.com and pass on either a suggestion for a topic or whether you just have a question regarding something that we can cover following week. On the show here. Now, don't forget, this show will be rebroadcast this coming Friday at same time, 9 to 9:30 here on WLOX CBS. So have a great week. It's going to be a hot week. Wear plenty of sunscreen if you're out and about here on the Gulf Coast.